This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about the show itself. The show opens with Sheamus retaining the U.S. title in 3 minutes, going to a no contest with Daniel Bryan. It's an unadvertised lumberjack match, and all the lumberjacks start fighting each other. That leads to Teddy Long coming out and ordering everyone involved into a battle royal. In the arena, this didn't get over very well, particularly to the people on the floor who paid for expensive tickets, and a lot of them were very angry. That's the report from the Observer. The second sort of dark match, I guess we should acknowledge there was a battle royal, and Great Khali wins. And Meltzer says it seems to be it was just a battle royal with no story and just sort of thrown out there. I get that we're trying to get as many guys a WrestleMania payday and a spot on the show as possible, but it felt like you had been building towards a Daniel Bryan Sheamus moment. You sort of steal their moment in an effort to give everyone a participation trophy. Am I wrong here?
Pretty much, you're right. I think you could have paid those guys what they would earn for being in the battle royal and not have the battle royal, and it wouldn't have affected the budget hardly at all. It wouldn't unbalance the bottom line, and it would sort of would have been a better presentation. But that's always been kind of the Vince's concept, is getting everybody booked, and that it eliminates a lot of bitching and moaning. I worked hard all year, and I'm not even on the card. And what's going on? And why me? And blah blah blah. Insecurities increase. So that's how I would have looked at it. You know, the payoff that those dudes got, and maybe that wasn't the objective. Maybe the objective was, let's get them on the show so their families can come to the event and see them work in the stadium and at WrestleMania. That may have outweighed, because I don't know what they got for the Battle Royal. I'm going to guess they made somewhere in $5,000 each or something like that. So you look at it, it wasn't going to affect with this bottom line being as bad as it was. I don't think it would have affected it at all. So that's how I would have looked at it in hindsight. But that's, again, the concept is to get as many people on the card as you can. It stops a lot of bitching and moaning. It stops some of the paranoia, but not all of it. It never stops all of it. So that's how I would have looked at that scenario. Get them their payday, but that probably wouldn't have been good enough, you know, for a lot of guys. But they did work all year, and they're not on this big show.
Next up, we should mention Snoop Dogg does a skit with everyone who's not booked on the show. Enough said about that, I suppose. The next match is Big Show and Kane and Kofi Kingston and Santino Marella beating the Core, which is Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel. They get 1 minute and 33 seconds. The entrances took longer. Marella would hit the Cobra on Slater, and Show delivers a knockout punch. Meltzer would say it was fast paced, and all you could say is they did what they could with the hand dealt them, but they had no chance to have any kind of a match. Half a star. You got a lot of talent here who are getting ready for the biggest night of the year, and it's 1 minute 33.
Yeah, it's just another example. The whole show, the card in general is overbooked. You know, I wonder sometimes when I always thought that the best way to book a big WrestleMania show or any major show was to book your card and assign times in your mind, on paper, but in your strategy. How long should this match go? Because you got so many minutes to utilize. Time it out as you book, and then you find out all of a sudden, oh my God, this match only go 1 minute 33, or 1.5 minutes, couple of minutes, whatever it is. But that's not always the case there. So, but I think it's just checks the box of, was this card somewhat overbooked, and the time limits were mismanaged. I think you can check that box as a yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the next match here. But before we do, I want to mention, even though we had all this talent in that match and they got 1 minute and 33 seconds, I'm sure we're told, well, that's all the time we had. Snoop Dogg thing went 13 minutes.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.